I was like, this is an important institution. It is the newspaper in the capital city of the most important country in the world. The Washington Post has an incredibly important role to play in this democracy. There's just no doubt in my mind about that.
So he says this, Gretchen. He's now worth $250 billion. He just, Amazon throws $70 million at the Melania production that has $7 million. I mean, the point is they can take losses wherever they want to take losses. He can take losses, but not here?
Well, how things change from 2018. I mean, he now is presumably best friends with Donald Trump and did do this Melania wedding. I'm also going to remind you about the extravagant, ridiculous, over-the-top wedding that he had last year, where you had protesters in Venice who were protesting for the waste of money. So none of this looks good from a PR point of view. And by the way, let me just say to all of these journalists who have lost their jobs, my heart breaks for them tonight
so many
as well.
Incredible people.
And they see Bezos spending money like that, and now they're out of a job. So again, it is not a good PR look, and maybe Bezos has learned this from hanging out with Trump.
Spent last week at Fashion Week.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Washington Post motto was democracy dies in the dark. Well, they just darkened 1/3 of the Washington Post. They gutted one of the most esteemed and venerable media agencies in America. And Trump's on plan. Trump is continuing to attack and erode the Fourth Estate. He wants to crush the media. He wants to stop anyone that's in his way. And the Washington Post is the latest example. And it's been very effective.
It was very emotional of the hostages of Aviva and Keith. They were in Washington, D.C. They called me.
Dr. King understood that the truth must be spoken, defended, and carried forward by those who have the courage to do so, and I see a room full of courage here tonight. That sacred responsibility to stand for the truth is a responsibility for all of us. But it has long been the special calling of the press. You who have been among the great practitioners of that insistence on the truth, even when it required great risk, sacrifice, and fortitude. It is that spirit of satyagraha, with truth as a moral obligation, that must guide us still. Because make no mistake, the First Amendment is under siege here at home. You know that better than anyone. Facts are challenged, truth is distorted, and the press is treated by those in power as an enemy, fake news they call it, rather than treat the press as a vital partner. Just in the last month, we have seen, it was referenced earlier, we have seen fear made real. From the arrest of Don Lemon for his reporting to the raid on the home of a Washington Post journalist. These incidents are an affront to the press freedom it's meant to scare, to chill, and to silence. But amid that political intimidation, we must also reckon with an ongoing and accompanying threat. Today, we saw painful layoffs at the Washington Post, part of a broader reprehensible pattern in which corporate decisions are hollowing out newsrooms across the country. When corporate interests gut local, national, and international journalism, communities lose watchdogs, truth loses megaphones, and democracy loses guardians. A free press cannot fulfill its mission if it is starved of its resources it needs to survive, and when the newsrooms are weakened, our republic is weakened with it. Because democracy dies in darkness. At the same time, new rules governing the Pentagon Press Corps have raised serious concerns about access, independence, and the ability of journalists to do their jobs without fear of retaliation. This is not the first time our nation has been confronted with the issue of whether national security will be used as a reason or an excuse to limit press freedom.
大家好，我是主播周玉琴。很多的朋友告诉我们，选择原版的太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌，它添加有羽衣甘蓝，健康再加分。而有睡眠困扰的朋友们，赶快选择蓝色包装这一款晚安加强版，绝对是更有感。每日克菲尔，时刻美好 ，Good Feel Good， 请上快点购为健康下单，而且要记得输入推荐代码，有额外的折扣优惠。太阳星全效克菲尔益生菌基础版、晚安加强版，新包装改版，内容不变，抽取更方便。要吃就吃最好的。